As of recording this video, I have ridden 114 of the roughly 760 different coasters across the United States. While that is a pretty good amount, there are still tons of other rides I hope to get on in the future, which is why in this video, I'll be counting down 6 of my bucket list coasters across the United States.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's just get the elephant out of the room real quick and go ahead and talk about the first coaster, X2. What is there even to say about this monster of a coaster, other than what was Alan Schilke thinking? Located at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California, it is by far the most demented coaster ever designed by manufacturer Aerodynamics. It is the only ride of its kind on this side of the world, and the fact it is such a polarizing coaster makes me ride it even more. Sadly, it will be a while before I get a chance to go on it, due to the fact that it's located on the other side of the country from me, but that makes it even more exciting for me. The first of 2 wooden coasters on my list is Boardwalk Bullet at Kemah Boardwalk. Now, a ton of people say that GCI makes the best twister wooden coasters, but to be honest, I think this ride looks a lot better than quite a few of the GCIs. Standing only 96 feet tall, it does more with that height than some coasters do with twice its height. Not to mention the fact that the ride crosses over itself a whopping 42 different times, giving it the record for the most crossovers on a single coaster. The only way I can describe the way that it looks is as if Gravity Group just saw Spiderweb, was like, hey, we should make a coaster like that. But to be fair, I love it. Next up is probably one of the least talked about coasters of its size, and that is Monster at Adventureland in Iowa. Most of the time when people think of Gerstlauer coasters in the United States, they immediately think of rides like Hang Time at Knott's Berry Farm or Fire Chaser Express at Dollywood, but hardly anyone thinks of Monster. In terms of stats, Monster isn't anything too special, but what it does with that layout makes it an awesome ride, packing in some of the best moments of hang time you can experience. Not to mention the ride's 101-degree first drop that looks to give an absolutely insane moment of ejector airtime. Plus, the incredible lighting package Adventureland graced Monster with. Next up, we take a trip down to Orlando, Florida for Pipeline the Surf Coaster. I am one of the very few people that genuinely love being in stand-up coasters, and that just makes me more excited for this beautiful ride. The ride features an LSM launch that will take riders from 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 3 seconds, as well as numerous moments of floater airtime and some moments of sustained positive Gs. What makes this different from older B&M stand-ups is the shock absorption built into the trains. This mechanism allows the seats to bounce in sync with the forces the coaster pulls. So an example, whenever you get airtime, not only will you float up out of your seat, but the seat itself will shift upwards as well. Overall, Pipeline looks like an absolutely amazing addition to SeaWorld Orlando, as well as a slam dunk concept. Let's stay in Florida and take a quick drive down to Universal Studios Orlando for my next coaster, and that is Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Where do I even start when trying to explain why I want to ride this? For one, the ride's theming and overall presentation looks stunning, with the first half of the ride taking place in a full-scale raptor paddock, while the second half wraps around the bridge as well as going directly over the center lake. The whole ride looks so fun, and my most anticipated single element being the Mosasaurus roll, which is situated over the park's lagoon, and from what I've heard, gives an absolute insane pop of upside down airtime. Lastly, we have the second wooden coaster, and that is the Voyage. This is the world's longest wooden coaster with a single lift hill, and it lives up to that title. while packing in an extreme ride experience as well. The ride has a prime ride time of 1 minute and 38 seconds, which if you don't know what prime ride time is, then it's the time from when the train starts gaining speed down the first drop to when it hits the final brakes. Within that ride time, you experience 25 seconds of airtime, which is the most on any wooden coaster. Holiday World takes such good care of this ride, and really shows how much they care about it. This is really shown when you take a look at their Hollywood Nights event, where they allow enthusiasts to get trimless night rides. Overall, the ride looks amazing, and I hope to ride it someday. And that's a wrap on this video. Sorry for it being a bit short. I'm trying to get back into the swing of recording after my break. So I'll try to have a video next week, but if not, then I'll see you 2 weeks from now. Bye.